once again, it's been a while. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know we keep saying we doing better, but you know what I'm saying? At this point, you'll see. When we get it
We
right,
doing better, dog.
You know
we here, bro. We had to get some programs right. We had to get some stuff right for us. Now we got the stuff right. You will hear more from us, and we'll be around a lot more now.
Hopefully, we will.
We will. There you go.
Will. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We will. We'll be here. All right. So today we're gonna talk about MrBeast and kind of backlash he's receiving over the charitable thing he did like last week or whatever. I think he gave like 1,000 people sight basically.
Sight.
Also, we're gonna talk about the
Tyre
Nichols situation with his unfortunately tragic event that he just went through with the police. And then what else? That's it.
That's it for today. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm one of your hosts, TK, aka Himdall the Seeker.
Himdall the Seeker, and I'm Darius, aka Mamir.
Mamir, I like that.
And this is Mind the Gap.
Who's that?
Mamir is also, I'm not sure if he's a Norse god or not, but he's like the wisest, smartest man in the world.
Okay.
And Odin took his head off because he's a hater.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Odin is really a hater in Norse mythology. Like when you like start reading about it, he be hating.
When you read about them, bro, like what was Odin? Who was that one of Hercules' dad, was it? Who's Hercules' dad?
Zeus.
Zeus was trash too, bro.
Zeus is trash.
Zeus was
pretty much all the guys are trash. Like, and what's cool and interesting about him is what I always liked about it. Like, cause when I like watched Hercules, the cartoon movie, that's when I really got into like mythology and stuff like that. And I just dove into everything. Is that they're more human than like God.
Yeah.
Like it's really like relatable. Not the stuff they doing, but like the desires and stuff is relatable why they do
a lot of that stuff like bullshit. Cause I really get into that shit. You was like, oh, these are the same people from Africa.
Yeah.
These are African guys that y'all just changed the names of. And a lot of times they'll say like these guys ate with the Ethiopians or something. I'm like, y'all full of shit. You know what I'm saying?
They were Ethiopians. You know how they do.
Yeah, we know.
All right.
Just the stealing everything.
All right, but first up, we talking about MrBeast. So if you don't know who MrBeast is, he's like the biggest YouTuber on the planet right now.
Period.
The man's got billions of views.
Period.
Each video he drops gets
millions.
Like, and not like 2, 4, like dozens of millions of views at a time whenever he drops.
In my opinion, he's probably the most philanthropy. Why am I doing this with these words today? Like, this is the second time I had trouble with the word.
Philanthropic.
So like my man, he gives away money. How he became as famous as he did is him basically giving away money.
Basically, like
charitable guy.
Everything he does, I think all his videos, some of them are wacky, some will just have fun. A lot of his videos, like even if he'll do something crazy, he'll like just give money away for no reason, or just like if they built a set or something, he's like, "This is yours. You can have all this. I don't need it. It's whatever." You know what I'm saying? And he even has like the main channel he does. Then he has a channel just straight for like philanthropy. Like I do good stuff. Here's the good stuff we do. Watch this. That also gets major views like that.
So one of the things that he did that we decided to talk about, because I didn't even understand the backlash. I didn't know that it was a problem until I watched the video.
You could have backlash.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah. Again, surprise, is when he paid for 1,000 people to have their eyes fixed so they would be able to see. These are people that I think, if I'm not mistaken, they are legally blind.
Yeah.
Legally.
Yeah.
So he paid for 1,000 people to have LASIK surgery. And somehow he got backlash right there. Now I think the price for that is like between like $1,500 and $4,000 for that surgery.
Which, relative to what I thought it might be, is not as expensive as I thought it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But he did 1,000 people, so.
Yeah. 1,000 people times the range from 1,500 to 4,000. That's crazy.
Oh,
but,
bro.
I mean, he can afford it, bro. And I think, I think what he did was good. I think, what are you doing the math?
Yeah, doing the math. So like it's so it's 2,000 right now. I was making sure I had the numbers right. So it's 2,000. 2,000 per eye.
Per eye.
Yeah.
Oh. 1 eye, 2 eye, 2,000.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Oh, bro. That's 2 hours. And then in Greenville, you can get $1,000 off depending on your insurance.
$1,000 off.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. So if we was to do that, that's full. Of course, that's just like
$4 million. $4 million.
Somewhere around there.
That's crazy. Just 1,000 people take $4 million.
Somewhere around.
That's a big number.
That's a big number.
Because what I think one of the numbers he gave was that it affects 2 billion people in the world, and then the dude was like over half those people have like the ability to see again just with surgery. You know what I'm saying?
They just don't have the money.
They just don't have the money. Two stacks per eye, which is a wild figure for me to hear, and it just seems like something. Well, I mean, of course we gonna complain about the money, but it's doable, or like something to be able to get somebody's sight for them to see, like such a major thing, and like how that could benefit like society, anybody, and society. Now these people that couldn't see can go out and work and do
things that
contributed to society at large.
So I don't understand the hate. They was calling this man demonic.
Yeah.
One thing I see you say this person is demonic. I just don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, you just got the feeling it was demonic.
You get the feeling it was demonic.
I think
why is he recording these people? And from the video, he didn't record all 1,000 people. Yeah. I would assume that I think even a few of them he gave like a card to. He was like, "Why do you have to record it? Why not?
Why not?
If we see all this negative shit that we see every day, whether it be like gruesome stuff, people doing something bad with their spouse, somebody fighting or doing stuff with the police, all this stuff, why can't we record the good stuff?
Yeah.
Why is the bad stuff?
That's why people don't want to do stuff, man. Because like even when I try to put out something positive, somebody gonna find a way to hate on it.
Bro, what? I used that as an example for somebody the other day. They were saying like, I don't want to do this because I something about how people not gonna like it, so I don't want to do something to everybody. I said, this is a man who helped 1,000 people see.
Yeah.
And that somehow he still got backlash for that. Do you know how I feel when I get soap in my eye? Have you ever had soap in your eye in the bathroom? Yeah. For whatever the reason is, you feel like there's a killer gonna come get you. And you just, I gotta hear it.
Get it out.
I can't imagine just having walking around like, you know what I'm saying, Daredevil all my life. And, you know what I'm saying? I have to rely on my damn hearing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like,
Demonic?
It's bad. I help 1,000 people see, asking nothing in return.
Nothing. He didn't even ask nothing. Let me record you. And you can say no.
You can say no. I'm sure people said no. Like, I don't want to be put out there. He only needed like 3 or 4 people to do the video. He was like, 1,000 people.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like I'm here just to help or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I'm fine with it. Like all the negative stuff we see, and like how we gonna talk about to hear Nichols later. Like why not
talk about something positive,
and influence other people? Because that's what I'm gonna do with my money. I don't know if you hate what he doing. You better but you
gonna hate me.
You gonna hate me.
You gonna hate me.
You gonna straight up hate me.
I love helping people.
Yeah.
If I had the money, I would have done that too. You know how crazy that is to help people see, brother. You are forever cemented in their mind as a person that's good. Like all this negative stuff that we promote, whether it be through music or anything, we complain about that stuff and how it influenced the youth or how it influenced people to do bad behavior or anything else. And this man is over here recording something and you still find something negative. For me, those people who do it, one of the reasons I think is because you lack the resources to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So you gotta find something negative. You don't have the power that you want. And you put yourself in that position. And you think because this person did something, he has to have something that he want back. A lot of times people put themselves in a position, well, if I would have done it, then I'm definitely doing it just for the views. Yeah. But meanwhile, this person could just be a pure person. Yeah. And let's just say he's not.
I don't care.
Let's just say he's doing it for views and for him to get more money. It still doesn't change that 1,000 people can see right now.
Facts.
It doesn't change that.
And at the end of the day, I don't care what motivation this man has. If he's doing the work, he's doing the work.
He's doing the work, dog.
Like he'd be like, yeah, I'm just doing this because it's gonna make me more money.
We get so caught up on them damn like quotes and stuff that we get caught up on. It's like it's the thought that counts. No, it doesn't. It's the results a lot of the time. It's the results that it counts.
1,000 people can see right
now. 1,000 people can see, dog.
Do you think them people care like
that? Yeah, please record me. If I was
that's
blind,
probably people I was gonna put in that video. He's like, I would have did more.
Yeah,
I would have gave him whatever he wanted. But all this man would ask me for was my permission. Like,
that's all I need, bro.
Whatever.
Come on, man. My sight.
Come on,
bro. It's sight. It's like it's one of the main senses that we grew up saying that. You know what I'm saying? This is how you function throughout society.
People don't.
And
know
there was
how
1,000 people who didn't have that.
Yeah,
1,000. Come on, man. We don't even have like fundraisers or raffles for nothing like that. This man said, I just want to help 1,000 people see. And then end up giving a few people like a car. That's not even mentioned, that type of stuff. Like, that's the stuff that he did for people that he felt like he should do something for.
Yeah.
So what, he put it on camera. It's not like somebody going up to a homeless person, not asking for their permission. Yeah. Hey, I'm giving this homeless man food.
Hey.
I get that.
Yeah. I understand those are tasteless. And, they just, they really doing that for views or whatever.
Yeah, they doing that for views.
Granted, they still getting the meal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a bit tasteless. But
what do you give a person? Well, how do you say he only doing it for views? I just say that's somebody's argument, which is plenty of people. He doing it for views. Have you looked at his other videos? I think he has enough.
Yeah, he's got plenty.
he
doesn't have to do philanthropy. He can keep making these silly videos and people keep watching.
Like, easily.
The man did his work. I think he started like for a year. Him and his homeboy just stayed in the room all day and just studied YouTube. Like, the man knows how to work the system.
That's a fact, bro.
If he wanted to, he could just keep making these silly Willy Wonka ass videos and keep making these videos. You don't have to do this.
I seen an interview he did on Joe Rogan, and he said, like, he told I don't know if his mom or dad or somebody, he said, I'm gonna give these people money and I'm gonna record it, and this is how I'm gonna make, like, this is me. He said, I don't care about money. I'm not money is not that important to me. I give it away. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more, I do more by giving away than keeping it to myself.
Yeah.
He said, so that's why I want to promote doing like good things. So that's what I started doing. That's like, I think he said that's one of his first videos of actually him giving away money. And I think that other the videos of like what I think it's called like Big Dog, where he gives away, he gives away like if you give him a hug, he give you like a free iPhone or something. Or he like take your iPhone and run off. He's like, oh, he go to the newest one. Or if you answer these questions, like those videos get more views than any other like other videos. People doing like good things because that we need more of that in the world. With all this negative stuff that we have going on, depression, anxiety, just seeing like stuff every day on news, just regular news like CNN, CNN, NBC, or like Fox News, whatever. Yeah, they show just negative stuff because those are the things that we attach to easily.
Easy views.
And we see something this positive. Don't get no media attention. Don't get this big grand roll out red carpet thing, and y'all still find a way to be negative about it,
which is crazy. But it also brings up another point of why the media wouldn't cover something like this so in depth. Why they wouldn't promote this type of philanthropy, because it's not what we stand for. We stand for capitalism, hoarding. You know what I mean? Now I'm thinking about it. Why would I promote this man using his money, $4 million? Because that sounds like socialism. Yeah, they are not having that. They don't like people using their money to help people.
That's a fact, bro.
They not promoting that type of message.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. You right about that.
They not trying to put that out in the world.
That's a fact.
Instead, you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at the system, because it takes somebody like MrBeast to help 1,000 people see.
But that's crazy that you say blame the system. I blame the people, because the system can't work without the people. If I'm not watching it, then
that's also
the system doesn't work.
Yeah.
And if I'm not being so negative about it, because like even with these other like police brutality situations that we're gonna cover later, a lot of those don't even get the attention unless there's a lot of like people paying attention to it.
Right.
There's plenty of the incidents that happen, but the ones that get the most attention is the ones that get covered the most.
Yeah,
that what they get is like the pro bono lawyer to come down there and stuff like that. Like even with like I just don't understand. Like if you want to change the narrative of how people should think, and you're the news or you're the propaganda like machine, you would think that these things would help change the view of people, and people be more likely to help people.
Yeah,
like seeing that seeing that inspired me. Like, you know how we already talk, like we need to volunteer more. We need to go out here on Sundays and kind of feed the homeless and do certain things that we talk about. Seeing that motivates me more to want to help other people because I understand that other people are struggling. When I watch the news, bro, I'm like,
it's
man,
depressing, bro. I don't want to do nothing. You know especially when you hear people saying stupid stuff. You're like, why would I want to help the world?
Yeah.
Why would I want to help this person survive when they out here saying stupid stuff like this?
Crazy, bro. But when you see people, like, even if it's a selfish reason for him to help those people, like, even if, like, for me, I like helping people just to see the look on their face to like, damn, I didn't know anybody cared. I love getting that feeling.
Right.
That's enough. I don't even tell people say thank you. That's enough feeling for me. I'm selfish in that area. Right. Even if it was that, it still doesn't deter from the fact that person was helped. What you about to say?
Going back to the earlier point of like them not wanting to broadcast that type of positivity. One of the reasons why I saw, because one of the main detractors, I saw this lady that got a lot of attention on Twitter. She was saying that it's bad to show this kind of stuff because then kids will grow up thinking that this type of stuff is normal.
Ooh, why wouldn't it be?
Why would that be terrible? But then it goes back into that mind state that we just had of like, we can't be promoting these people all this money, like spending these money to like actually help people, go back to people. You know what I'm saying? But her point was just like, yo, kids are going to think it's normal to like maybe rely on billionaires or something to like help the little person. They're going to think it's normal just to like spend a lot of money to do philanthropy and record and stuff like that.
But we normalize all the other stuff that these people that have money are the boogeyman. The people who have money are the boogeyman, and they applying pressure on them. And that's mostly from the left. You know what I'm saying? They'll make it seem like people with money are the boogeyman, and sometimes they are. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with people from the right. They make it seem like this encourages, like what you said earlier, this encourages socialism.
Yeah.
This is that, but when it's time to give or donate to you for your campaign, or when it's time to give that's different.
Yeah.
Like, we helping you to get to somewhere. Why can't we help the people in our own tax bracket?
Yeah.
Or below our tax bracket to be able to function more. Now, I don't understand that. I do understand it, but I don't know why we fall for that shit.
And it's like you do that to yourself. Like, it's people out there be like, I'm convincing myself out of getting help. You know what I'm saying? Because one day you might be that blind person looking for a MrBeast, and you don't put all this Twitter stuff on Twitter like, this is bad. This can't do this. If at all. Like, you're just gonna be in that other percentile.
So what, bro? What's wrong with us helping each other and getting to the point where, because that's more motivated. That motivates me more. Like, think about, especially like with black people, bro, from our society or our culture, right? Just African Americans. Our thing is to get money and then help our family.
Yeah.
I think it's not necessarily to get money. Like, a lot of times I was looking at this thing, it was on Explain on why the wage gap is different by race. And it was like, a lot of times those black people who go to college, who family saves up for that person to go to college, they send money back home. Or when they do get their job, they helping their parents or they helping like family members get on.
Yeah.
I had a dude, he said, TK, what was the first thing you would do? And he said, I guarantee it's gonna be the same thing that everybody said. What's the first thing you would do?
House. That's my plan, like, first thing.
Me and my boys ain't never working again.
Yeah.
My family, they not working again. What's the point of having all this money if I can't share it?
If I can't, uplift the people that helped me get here and build from it. You know what I'm saying?
What's the point of doing that? Meals, for example. Like, I'm putting everybody on. That's the feeling that we should have.
Yeah.
So what's bad about watching these people do good things?
If you ain't trying to put everybody on, what you doing?
What you doing?
What are you doing, bro? Now, granted, we done had them same feelings that we're like, we've given up on people. We just gonna move somewhere and just mind our own business. You know what I'm saying? But we keep coming back. You know what I mean? We keep coming back, bro.
Call me if you need me.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Like, if you need something,
let me know.
Yeah, let me. But I'm gonna be in another country. You know what I'm saying?
Cash app.
You know what I'm saying? All day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I just can't believe that people like that. I think the problem is with, like what you said with society, bro. It's just like and another thing, bro. We look for negativity so much that there's so much negativity around us that we attach to that we see and have to find negativity in everything. Like, you know how I like to argue, right? No matter what side you're on, I'll figure out what the other side is, just to show, just to feel like your true conviction, not necessarily just to do it, just to test you. I think people just do that now naturally to be negative. I think they attach to negativity. So no matter how positive something is, there got to be something underlying thing there.
Because they don't know what, they ain't having experience just pure giving or just somebody pure. Like they have to have some alternative intention.
Yeah, bro. People get caught up so much with the intention of it that they forget the result. Like sometimes it is the intention. Like, what is the backlash of this doing on long term?
Yeah.
But what is the backlash of having 1,000 people see?
Yeah.
That's I don't see.
You gotta really show me the
you really gotta
show me like the fallout from that. Like, I can't, because so you might be privy to information I don't know, but I can't really see.
I can't see it. Demonic? What's demonic about helping people see?
Like now, if you manage to like tell where they implanted some microchips, some of these people, something like that, okay,
you got me.
You got me, bro.
But I guarantee, I take that. I need to see. You know what I'm saying? We need to find like for this video, we need to find like the Twitter person who said like this is demonic, but I can't explain. Just like to point out how foolish people are.
Just like you don't even have you're not even able to correctly like assess like what you feeling in yourself, just to put it out there. Like I gotta say something, you know what I'm saying? Like something don't feel right, even though I can't express it. I still have to put this out.
Because that's just in me.
It's just in me, bro. And I gotta shit on this. I just have to shit on this what's happening in front of me right now.
Oh my goodness, bro. I remember I showed my wife it. I was like, oh, I was excited. I was hyped. She was like, yeah, that's. Oh, I said, she was like, yeah, that's good. But I was like, I'm hyped because I watch the news all the time, so I don't see positivity all the time. Like I watch the news all the time.
Yeah,
that's my entertainment, bro. I love laughing at the news. But to see somebody do this, I was overjoyed. I was just like, yo, who doing this?
Nobody.
Like, what made him do
on this level?
On this level.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
4 million.
4 million. Allegedly.
Because
he could have some good, like.
Yeah, he probably got a deal.
He got like a deal, yeah.
He got to have a deal. Like, you got 1,000 people. I'm sure they was like, we can cut off.
We can cut off, you know what I'm saying?
We can cut off some of this.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So that's crazy, bro.
Just to put his money where his mouth is, like, and he really living it. Like he constantly doing that. I don't care about this money. The money's gonna come.
Right, and it's not even charitable stuff sometimes. Like he just be doing stuff. I think he had the Squid Game thing. He had the time where he said, I think it was like a couple 100,000. Where if you take your hand off first, you lose the money. It's not just him giving money, just like to be nice. He just be giving away money just to be giving away money.
Yeah.
I got it, so this is what I think is fun.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do the same thing. When I tell you, I'm gonna be charitable. I'm gonna upset the balance of the world. Like how charitable I'm gonna be.
At least I'm gonna try to do it at least in Greenville.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna try to do it at the minimum in Greenville, because I think that's important, bro. I think that I would like to see the offset of how people try to like. I would like to see people following behind what I'm doing as far as being given. But I don't. As far as people talking negative about somebody helping 1,000 people see, you can go to hell. As far as I'm concerned, straight up. Like, if you find something negative about
that's demonic.
Yeah, that's demonic, and I mean that.
You find a way to shit on that, man. Like I said, you really got to connect the dots for me. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't precisely express what it is you feel, keep it to yourself, man. Like you don't need to. You need to put that out there that bad. Can't put my finger on it.
Cause you too privileged to see. I think that's the problem.
Shoot, bro.
If you couldn't see, you'd be happy that you heard something like that.
You'd be mad to find out that he did this. And you weren't involved. Yeah, you'd be upset.
I wonder. That's a good way to put that. I wonder if those people who were so negative about it, right? I wonder if they couldn't see, and he gave them the opportunity to say, "I'll pay for your ability to
feel
see."
different.
I want to do. Would you still feel that way? Would you say, "No, I don't want to do it because I feel like you're demonic. I don't want to do it because there's something behind it," or "Why don't record me?" Like, what would you say? Would you be okay with being recorded if I help you see? When you can't even drive to go, you can't even read, or you can't really have a job, you can't provide for yourself, you need help. Like, what would you say? Would you still have those same feelings if your ass couldn't see?
Yeah, they go for it. And I think another thing that's holding people back from like seeing the good in what's going on. It's the same conversation we have around student loans. Is that I had to pay for my surgery, but now this person's going around paying for surgery. I had to pay for this and that. We get universal health care. You mean everything will be for free? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to do this. If I had to suffer, everybody got to suffer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just be happy for somebody, man.
So them people had to pay for their LASIK.
Yeah. You had to pay for that elective surgery, bro. Like, that ain't their fault.
That ain't their fault, bro.
But they mad out here because they going bill to bill. They got these thick bifocals that they can't see, so they just want to hate on it.
I don't get it, bro. I mean, I get it, man. It's a sorry existence, sad existence, but you know, you deserve it. If you find a way to hate on whatever, somebody doing something genuine and nice, and you just, why is he recording? He recorded. That's who he is.
Yeah.
If I want to show positivity in the world, I'm not about to just walk around doing positive things for one person to this person, because I'm not gonna reach as many people as I need.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, of course. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I reach more.
If my goal is to not only help people but inspire other people to help people, what better way to do that than to show me doing that and showing you that money doesn't matter. Helping people is what matters.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? This money don't mean nothing. How little does this money mean to me? I put $4 million on it. How much you put on it?
MrBeast has 132 million subscribers. Right?
Crazy.
That's crazy. Insane. 88 million views on that. 1,000 blind people see for the first time. Right?
Insane numbers.
If I help those 1,000 people and those 1,000 people go tell whoever they're gonna tell, and then I tell whoever, that's not gonna reach 88 million people.
Nah.
And even if they did,
not even count the people who didn't watch that video directly.
Yeah. From because you sent it to me on Twitter or something.
Yeah.
And then I seen it, and then other Facebook, Instagram, whatever. So that's not even talking about those numbers.
The impact.
Right? The impact.
The impact.
So how do I reach and inspire more positivity without recording or showing this to more people? If my mission is to show people what to do with money and how you can help people with money.
What other alternative do you have? What other alternative?
I'm trying to reach as many people as I have, and I have 132 million subscribers.
Because in the problem with word of mouth is, by the time it gets to the third level of people, stuff gets
the telephone.
The disinformation starts getting out.
Well, people got new eyeballs. I'm good with my eyes. I don't want nobody taking my eyeballs.
I don't know what
it was 1,000, but 500 of those people. You know what I'm saying? It was really 1,500.
Yeah.
500 didn't really get their stuff right. You know what I'm saying? It could be
this man get to put this positivity out, control his own narrative. This is what I'm doing with my money.
That's important.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody paying me to do this.
Nobody.
I'm doing this with my money. Why don't y'all do the same? If I'm willing to spend $4 million, you can spend $4 on somebody that need a meal.
These people won't spend a few dollars to help somebody hungry eat. But we didn't start doing that on Sundays.
Yeah.
We'll start doing that stuff on Sundays. Going out just feed people, stuff like that. Because apparently, and also we need to get a permit, because apparently you can't just feed the homeless without a permit in South Carolina. Yeah,
we can't feed the homeless without a permit.
Yeah.
See, that's what I be talking about, man.
Yeah.
The system, bro. I will say, it's kind of messed up. It was this dude named Curtis downtown. I had met, it was me and Michelet. We was at
Is it my man? He said he got asthma? I know that one.
Nah, it's I don't think he mentioned he had asthma, but it did rub me the wrong way. Like me and Michelet was downtown, and this dude named Curtis, he's like, "Hey man, can I get some money for such and such?" I was like, "Nah," because I don't always trust people like that. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do you one better. Let me go buy you a meal. Where you want to go? I said, where you want to go? He's like, I mean, anywhere. He being humble. I was like, my man, where you want to go? He's like, let's go to the L House. I was like, cool. We went up there. He was in there. I saw it was amazing how happy he was just to be somewhere warm inside the building. He was watching the game. We was talking, and he just looked like he was treated like a person, and it was amazing. And then, like, I was like, what's your name? He's like, Curtis. He told me a story. He had just got out. He was trying to struggle, find a job. He'd been out there for a minute, about a couple hours in there, an hour or so. And then we left, we parted ways. Next time I saw you, bro, act like you ain't know me. I really had to check myself. I was like, at first I was like, you piece of work, bro. I was like, hey, Curtis, and you know how I am about saying hello to people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're gonna reciprocate.
Yeah.
That terrifies me.
You thought so your fears came true.
I went out on that limb, bro. Hey, yo, Curtis. Curtis. He was like, so you don't remember me? You know, hell else. He's like, so this happened a lot to you. So this happened a lot, bro. I had to calm myself down. I was like, you know what? It ain't even about that. That's
really your fault on that.
It ain't what about, man. You don't even know how I am. I'm just saying, you would think, but I was like, you know, whatever. Whatever, you got it, Curtis.
That's why when I do stuff nice, I don't say thank you to me. Yeah. Don't say nothing to me. Don't say nothing. You can forget me all you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care, bro.
I was like, but
that keeps me from having that negative emotion right there. Because I was like, because you still human, regardless of who you are. You still human, bro. You may just stab me.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's just for me. It's not like I just handed you some money and kept walking. Mm-hmm. Like I spent an hour of my life with you. An hour of my life.
Bro, you still mad about this?
Bro, we was exchanging life stories. You know what I'm saying? We was talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no random, here's $5, my boy. We went to a restaurant. We sat down for an hour and watched the game, bro. Like, I'm not saying I'm upset. I just don't understand the logic. I just don't understand the logic, bro.
Sound like you upset.
I just don't get it, bro. I was just like...
Thought you had a friend, didn't you?
I just had to stand back. I just had to stand back and look at this man like, okay, this is what we doing here. You had to get my Denzel on, man.
So I ain't shit. So
you just used me.
Yeah.
You just used me.
Yeah. So I ain't.
Oh, bro.
That's cool.
The nerve.
Nervous.
The nerve, bro. But, you know, I hope he's doing well. Wherever you are, Curtis, I hope you up.
He probably watching this right now, boy. That's my man, boy. I know that guy, bro. He took me out. He talking about me, boy. I'm famous, boy.
He's talking about me. Well, now you remember. Okay. Man.
Oh, man. We trying to get another meal out you, bro.
Oh, that was you. It's like, nah, it wasn't me. I ain't never helped a man out in my life.
Solo dolo all my life.
Bro. Anyway. You got anything else to add?
Oh, nah, man. Like, if you think that was, you find anything negative about that, you just a piece of shit, as far as I'm concerned.
But let us know if you do find something. You a piece of shit, but let us know how much of a piece of shit you are in the comments.
Yeah, look, let me know, like, if you got a different perspective on what we had.
Well, you got some amazing inside, like, evidence, bro. Let us
know. Let me know, because maybe it's something I'm missing. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, bro, if you find something negative in that, bro, you find, like, something you don't like, bro, you're just not a good person. You know, you somebody I don't want to be around. Just be honest.
All right, moving on to a more somber note, the Tyre Nichols situation. If you don't know Tyre Nichols, I think he was, 29?
I'm gonna say it.
Because I remember thinking, when I heard his age, I was like, man, he ain't that much older. I mean,
you heard what?
When I heard his age, I was thinking, like, he's around my age. You know
yeah. That's why I remember feeling that way. I
think he has a daughter, but a couple weeks ago, I think he was basically beaten to death by 5 black police officers.
I mean, yes. 5 was arrested. But I think it ended up being 7, 12 altogether, including the EMTs and then like other officers that wasn't named.
And I think a few days later, he died in the hospital from the beating he received.
I think. He was 29. You're right.
29. I purposely have not been following the case, just because at this particular moment, I don't think I can handle it.
Right.
I definitely did not watch the video. Don't think I can handle it right now. So I'm gonna let you take the lead with the details, what you want to say.
You ever seen wild dogs hunt, like African dogs? How it's like it's intentional, decisiveness. It's the skill of the hunt you see. in those animals.
Yeah.
And they doing it for survival, right? This is kind of the same thing, minus the survival part. It was so instinctive of these officers on what they did. It was malicious. It was like, it seems very intentional. It seemed there was a lack of like empathy there. Yeah. Complete empathy.
From what I've heard of how casual they were, you can tell that like this is something that's been happening with them. And they're Scorpion Unit or whatever.
Scorpion Unit, yes.
That this was like another day in the office for them.
Yeah, that was another guy, I forgot his name, but he was like, it was another guy, he was getting pizza.
Yeah.
And then they harassed him, like he was getting in the car, whatever he was doing. They pulled him out, put a gun to his head. Who drugs it is? He was like, yo, I'm just here getting pizza, trying to go home. And they harassed him. And then they did the normal police stuff. Well, not the normal police stuff, the police stuff that they do as far as harassing them and doing like stuff that's above the law.
Yeah.
And he was like, I called the investigating unit to have them, internal affairs, to have them investigated because they violated my rights.
Yeah.
4 days before they did this to Tyre Nichols. So if they did the investigation, suspended him, he would still be alive.
Mm-hmm.
They said that he was reckless driving, driving onto oncoming traffic. There's no evidence of that. Mm-hmm. There have yet to be any evidence of the reason why they have stopped him.
Yeah.
For any of that. They said that he was trying to reach for their gun. He said that he grabbed somebody's belt. There was no mention of them punching or kicking them in the police report. And if you watch the video, there's no evidence of none of the other stuff they reported neither. So it's not only that they did this, but they lied about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch the video, especially in the beginning, when they put him out the car, he don't even know why they even pulling him over.
Yeah.
What did I do? They immediately come to the door aggressive. They said he came out sweating profusely. They said he came out. They didn't mention the fact that they pulled him out, snatched him, put him on the ground, yelling at him, I'm gonna break your effing arm if you don't do this, that, and the third. They was giving him confusing. Have you ever seen that video of them? My man crawling on the ground. Yeah,
the white guy in the hotel room.
They was doing the same thing. I'm gonna do this. Put your belly on the ground. Put your hands on the back. No, turn over this way. Do this. So in my opinion, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know what to do here.
I would have got up and ran. Yeah. And that's exactly what he did. He got up and ran, and they caught him 3 houses away from his mom's house. Was his parents' house. 3 houses away from his parents' house. That's where they beat him at. So when you hear, like in the video, when you hear him when they beating him, when you hear him scream out, "Mom," or "Mama," it's heartbreaking because we all have been there as a child.
Yeah.
So when he did that, it took me back to a place when I was a child and I was in a situation where I needed my mom and I couldn't see her. I didn't know what she was.
So you was just screaming out.
Just screaming out, "Mom."
Yeah.
Same thing they did with same thing when
it's instinctual.
It's instinct. Like it's like you like it's in you. My mother is gonna save me. My father is gonna save me.
If they can get here.
If they can just get here. He was running back to his parents' house. 3 houses away. Can you imagine as a parent? I can't imagine that's like you being so far away, running to my house for safety.
So close.
Like for safety.
Yeah.
And you're down there and something happened to you, something like that. And how would I feel? I'm my cuz. So so seeing that
we got to ride.
Yeah,
it's got to be blood for
got
blood.
to. Yeah, it got to be.
Like,
there's no nothing else.
That's also instinctual. Like,
instinctual,
you
bro.
gotta go.
Something has to happen here, bro. So to see, and I'm sitting there watching the video, I'm seeing how they beat it. It's malicious. Yeah. Like that, it reminded me of like if you ever seen wild dogs hunt, bro. It's just like that, bro. It's so much like it was like animals like out there.
Yeah.
They was holding his arms back while they was punching him, hitting him with batons, kicking him while he was on the ground in his head. He's not even fighting back. He's damn near being drugged. Like, get up, do this, right? They had to drag him to the car to put him against the car because he wasn't even moving. He was falling over. Hey man, get up, breathe. He can't even like clearly respond to them because they done beat him so bad. He's damn near at one point lifeless down there.
Yeah.
It took the ambulance 20 minutes to get to where he was. 20 minutes. That's why the EMTs and them was getting fired. They even called in other units to come over there. And if you watch the video, I don't know if you ever played sports or whatever, like in basketball, when somebody does something like weird, like a crazy foul, they try to act like they hurt, like but really they're not really hurt, but they hurt the other person, but they trying to act like they are equal. So they did this thing where like when they did it, they were talking to each other like, oh yeah, man, he was going for your gun, right? He was going for your gun. He was going for what's the name gun?
Trying to suggest that they had probable cause.
Because they know they on the body cam.
Yeah.
And the person that the video cam that they have is kind of turned away from everything. It's only because of that street cam that they really got caught like that. So when you like when I'm sitting there watching the video and seeing everything happen, bro, they had no empathy for that man's life. They had no this is like just take away from the thing being black and white, blue and black. There was no the human aspect
there was no
was not
regard
there.
for this man's life.
None.
And to add insult to injury is it was no cause for it.
None. Not for that.
You just did it to do it.
It is never a cause for what I seen.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing. First of all, you had the car. He ran from the car. You had the car.
Yeah.
You down there had him on your body cam. You will get him later.
Yeah. If that was the case.
If that was the case, you would definitely get him later. Almost any like when I was sitting there listening to it, it was other like police officers talking about. He said, "Bro, if you had the car and the license plate and you knew who he was, you could just go back and get him later." It was nothing. It was no reason for this to happen.
Yeah, even if you were really concerned about that infraction.
Yeah, infraction. Yeah. Not like he murdered somebody. He had anything wanted. He was he was a danger to society.
Somebody right now. He was just
quote unquote traffic infraction.
So my thing is. What is it in them that makes them like what's the point of that?
What you mean?
Like why they would do that in the first place and why they would do that so often? Is it to be like to
about the unit or the police?
The unit. To be like, is it to promote this air of like we are intimidating? Like don't nobody mess with anybody around here unless we say so? Like
I don't know what the intention is, but it's the human aspect of somebody being a human being upset. And having to run or having to deal with a person, a suspect, and they're not doing what they said. It's just an emotional thing that you think you can get away with.
And probably those things like, you know how they do the experiments where they take normal people and they
put them in positions of power.
And then they start
It's the same thing. Funny, it's always like that with the police. Mm-hmm. When we have these incidents like that, it's always an abuse of power. We keep hearing it, but we never break it down the way that we need to.
Yeah.
Abuse of power is like anytime when you leave a student in charge of a class, when the student is out, when the teacher's out, there's some aspect of immaturity there the way he's going to abuse the power.
Right.
I don't like you, so I'm going to make sure you don't say anything. If you say anything, I'm going to kick you out of class and say that it was your fault that you did this.
Yeah.
So when I have a badge and I have a little bit of power, I get to beat the hell out you. And then when I go to court or when they do an investigation, when my own police department does an investigation on me because they know me, I know I'm going to get away with it.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a body cam on. Yes, I can turn it off and nothing's going to happen because I done that shit before.
Yeah.
Because I done this before and because I can do this and I have been doing it, that's why I feel so comfortable with doing this type of stuff because I'm going to get away with it.
Yeah.
That's why.
Time and time again.
Time and time again. The problem is when you look at other countries, they have an understanding that they are not above the law. So when we come back into our country, we have a hard time understanding why these people do this because they don't understand that you are here to uphold the law. And for you to uphold the law, you have to understand that you are below the law. Mm. You can only uphold something if you're below it, but they don't have that understanding. They think they are the law or above it.
That's a bar. That's the problem. That's a good thing. It's hard to hold something else if you're above it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you pulling it up.
Yeah, then you pulling it up. That's all you're doing.
You here to do this.
Yeah, that's what you want to do this. That's what you're supposed to be doing, dog. This,
yeah.
That's the problem, bro. And you see it all in this video. The arrogance, the entitlement.
Thinking that we just beat this man.
Not even concerned. Now we creating a story.
Yeah.
Now instead of calling like
run of the mill. This is what we do. We just bring this down to the precinct. They gonna whoop de whoop.
We gonna make a police report, lied about it clearly.
Yeah.
Lied about it, and then that's what you present, and then now you in trouble. One of the police officers was already in trouble for doing like something to an inmate, smashing his head into a sink. Darius Haley.
Oh no, not Darius.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I think his name Demetrius. Demetrius Haley. I'm glad
you gotta go. You gotta go. He besmirching the name. He gotta go.
Yeah, so it's like he already got in trouble with something. Plus it was Cornell Kenny. was the guy who was trying to get some pizza and they put the guns to him and stuff, allegedly.
Yeah.
And then he called for an internal affairs to actually do a review, like, hey, they did this to me. Y'all need to look into this. That's the problem. How do you expect people to be reprimanded if you having the same people they are supposed to be going to reprimand, like to investigate them?
There's supposed to be a whole different department. It's supposed to be other people who ain't invested in these people that be supposed to evaluate them and see like how they need to be punished.
Bro, I can't imagine. I think the trainers of the police station need to be fired too, bro. Because if you have 5 to 6 people on one person, you can't subdue them, bro, with the weapons that you have, bro. That's a problem.
Trash.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
I watched them do that, bro. It's 2 people on them, and there's a one man just kicking them in his face.
Weren't some of them like off duty or weren't in like officer clothes or something?
They was off duty on with the Cornell Kenny. He said there was unmarked cars, but this one I don't think so. Well, it looked like everybody had on
the uniform.
Oh. I don't remember seeing anybody without one.
Were they in like?
But it could be that they were, but I don't remember nobody not having their.
Yeah, were they like riding together? Like, was it 5 different police cars?
It was a few. It was a few different police. Well, not. It was a few police cars. Because I know at one point they pepper sprayed themselves. At one point they pepper sprayed themselves. So there's one officer, the main officer, the white officer. I think he had used the pepper spray and kind of sprayed everybody. And then he actually tased them. I don't know who did the pepper spray.
So there was a white officer there?
Yeah, they fired. They just fired him.
I've only been seeing the 5 black officers they got rid of.
They fired his ass too. He was the last. Not the last. He was the latest one. And then they fired like 3 of the EMTs. And then it was like 2.
Why did it take so long for the EMTs to get there?
I don't know, but it took them a minute for them to even like help him out when they got there, allegedly.
That's a wild story, man. Like, besides, from what I heard, it was a pretty brutal video. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody could just beat them charges. Anybody.
That's another thing about it. It's like the one thing I didn't like about it is the consensus of like we all came together and say this is wrong.
Right.
The problem with that is just like if they was white, will we all come to the same conclusion?
Yeah.
How much of we have known about, Tyre Nichols if this was white officers? We have known that he dealt drugs a long time ago when he was a kid. Do we know that he got suspended from school when he was in 5th grade?
Yeah.
Like what we have known, what would the research have done if it was like all white officers? But because they're black, it's easy for white people to get on board with that. And because black people already have a thing with police officers, and we understand that just because you black, once you become a police officer, now you're blue.
Yeah.
But because this is all black people, it's easy for white people to understand, oh, that was wrong.
Yeah.
That was the problem I also had of it.
When it's white officers involved, you get that benefit of the doubt.
You get that benefit of the doubt. Because even with that, the white officer was the first to interact with what's name, and he got fired later.
Yeah.
He was the one that released the taser and was the one that I watched his body cam first. He was the last officer to get
was he involved with the beating?
He was the one that got.
He was throwing punches.
Nah, he was. I don't think he was at the secondary location.
That's what I'm saying. Like, was he one of the ones?
I don't think he was at the secondary.
Because I think the only thing saving him is that you sound like he tried to use
but now he pulled them out, and then they had got
he pulled him out the car.
Yeah, he was the first. It was him and another officer that first interacted with him. When they first got there.
And then the Scorpion team met him.
I think he's also on the Scorpion team. Or there was a Scorpion team that was there. And then he ended up getting away. I think it was like 3 officers there on the first time. And he ended up getting away and taking off.
Yeah.
And then they found him somewhere like going towards his parents' house. But I think they caught him because he was like wiping his face. And they was like, oh, that must be him because of the pepper spray. So yeah, bro, that was it. When I say I was like, but this is like I say, bro, if you ever seen Wild, it was like, it was focused. It was intentional. It was like malicious. It was like, and then when you see it and then you understand why those animals do that, they do it for survival.
Yeah.
It looks bad, but you gotta think they gotta eat. This is the only way they gotta kill something to eat. Like what was the?
It wasn't.
Like, do y'all need what was needed for y'all to do this to where y'all felt this inside to do this?
To this not only human being, like anything,
anything, bro. Anything. To me. Let alone the empathetic feeling that you get by seeing somebody that look like you.
Yeah.
Just to take away that part. Another black man and the other black man. Just take away that part. Because when I'm watching it, bro, he's in defense mode. I never see him swing or like nothing. He's always like kind of blocking. It's not a thing where he's like trying to like fight back or nothing like that. They put him in uncomfortable position. He's trying to like kind of wiggle out of that.
Yeah.
Like you bending my arm back. Like if I bend your arm back, I'm gonna feel like
I'm gonna need to get up out of there.
Put your arm back there. That's not how my arm goes back there. Like, you doing stuff like that. Like it's an instinctive thing to kind of like fight back and resist when you put me in an uncomfortable position. You got me on my chest. I can't breathe. It's two of y'all on me. I'm going to try to wiggle out of this.
Yeah. That's instinctual.
Instinctual, because I'm trying to survive. The only person that was in survival mode in this instance was Tyre Nichols.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't.
That's how you're doing it for sport.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know what I'm saying, they doing it like this is I feel good by doing it.
Yeah. Whatever, like, it's a transfer of emotion. Like whatever they go, whatever hard day they had, whatever they feel, they putting it in that man.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what.
Whatever disrespect they feel, struggle they feel, you here, so you gonna have to reap what we've sowed.
Yeah. They
need to be. They probably they got them in protective custody or something, or they got them in general population.
I think also the reason why that decision came down swiftly, not just because they was black and it was less empathy there for them to protect them, but because it was so bad. That video was so bad. They knew if they released this video and they didn't already relieve them of duty or fire them or try to charge them or say charges come,
it was going to be a problem.
It was going
to be a problem.
That seed was going to hit.
Because I ain't seen. Well, I didn't watch the video, but from what I heard, like,
bro, can you like have my boy arms like this?
Yeah,
standing up, but picking him up to get him on his feet to have somebody.
Like, I can't think of another video, say less, Rodney King, of them just going off on somebody like that.
That was crazy, boy. They gonna get all.
I don't know if there anybody involved in that could have defended that. Like, cause
that was murder, bro. That was murder. That's exactly what that was. That, in my opinion, that was murder.
That's what they're getting charged for, right? Was it manslaughter?
I don't know what it is, but it should definitely be that.
Straight up murder.
That was a different type of like. I mean, of course, I've seen worse based upon like people being shot, crazy like like he didn't even have nothing.
Nah,
but I ain't never seen nothing.
To me, not just saying getting shot is better or worse. For me, this situation is worse because that man had to live through that. Like they ran that man through the gauntlet. Like it ain't like pow, you shot and you blade out, you dead. Like they purposely made that man life harder for how long? Picking him up, beating his body.
It was almost like 4 minutes.
4 minutes, that man, before he passed out, or was it?
The video was like, the first video was like 20-something minutes, but it shows like the after and then before, and then when he ran, then when we watched like the video, I think it's like almost 4 minutes.
And it's heartbreaking because you're thinking like that this man last moments, he like, what? Like mama. Like is this how I'm gonna die? Like this is how it ends? Like what did I do to deserve this? Like
I watched an interview with his grandmother, bro. I had to turn that shit off.
I can't do that.
Yeah, turn
them
it
off. Them dudes need to be worked over.
Need to be.
They need to be worked over. They need to be worked over the same way.
That's wild, bro. Like I say, bro, I don't advise nobody to really, especially if you already. And that's what I'm saying too, bro. Like that's, and people gonna say, well, he shouldn't have ran to this one, but why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't I?
Why wouldn't I run?
Mm-hmm. To stay there and get the same.
Why wouldn't I run? I'm by myself. It is dark. I don't know who these people are. I feel like I ain't done nothing. Mm-hmm. You twisting my arm back. You keep threatening. I'm a like you. I think one of them said, when I'm threatening his life, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You gonna stop, bro. We gonna blow you. You gonna shoot you. And then the other, I'm gonna tase you. I'm doing. Hey, man, I'm about to get up because when he was calm, bro, he said, man, what did I do? He looking at what they yelling like. like three people yelling at him when he got on the ground. He like, you need to do this, you need to do. He said, but y'all are doing a lot right now. What did I do? Why are you doing this?
Officer's job, first thing, is to de-escalate the situation.
But who's training that? Who's training? It is clearly not working.
It, to me, is one
clearly
of the
not
things,
working.
Like, if you do go through the training, you go through the training and get it over with. But then it's like my homeboy. He was like, in graphic design school, we was trained to like sketch our ideas out before we move on to the computer, so we can have a better idea of what we're doing when we get to the computer, so we're not wasting time. He said he had an experience where, and what we all learned was, he was like, he finally had got a job in like an agency or whatever. And he put out a sketchbook, and then the other designer laughed at him. He's like, this ain't how it work in the real world. Yeah. You did what you had to do to get through whatever training you had to get through, but we don't got time for that. Like, we need this ad in an hour. Like, you ain't got time to be sketching stuff like that. So police departments, they do whatever bullshit they gotta do to get through their class. Yeah. But when they get outside, it's training day.
This is how it
works in the real world. Yeah,
you're right.
This is how it works in the real world.
I get that. So yeah, but the training still trash. If you can't associate, like, you can't get those people to believe, or you can't get like the correct information on how to train people in real situations. You're doing these ideal situations, then the training is still trash.
If 100%. That's not what they're doing, but they also need to train them to understand, which will also need the backing of like real consequences. If you don't do this shit,
we taking your pension.
We putting you in jail. We doing X, Y, and G. But ain't no threat, man. We ain't got to do any of this.
I'm taking your pension, bro.
Pension,
that's what I'm doing.
401ks.
No more qualified
benefits. You lose a certain amount of benefits. You keep doing it. And then they gotta be like, what I hear now? People don't want to be officers anymore.
That's fine. We get people that actually want to follow rules and do that. Then that's
you
fine.
Gotta be one.
You ain't gotta be one. Somebody is gonna grow up and want to be a police officer, and they're gonna be willing to do the things that needs to be done to be that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know there's an argument, good apples and bad apples, but there are decent cops out there who do their job and look out for people. I like them cops that,
Disagree. I disagree.
Oh, you don't think any decent cops out there? Why?
Because I think when you first get there, you're a decent cop. I think those first few months, maybe. Yeah. But once you see something wild, and you don't say nothing, you become part of them.
Become part of the problem?
You become part of the problem. Once you see something out of pocket, regardless of the fear that you have, maybe they'll do something to you, you'll get fired, you get desk duty, whatever it is that keeps you from telling or turning on the blue wall that may be whatever they call it is. Yeah. Once you see something and you do not do nothing, you become a bad cop, in my opinion. You ain't shit just like they ain't.
So we say every cop that has an experience.
Yeah. Every cop that has seen something, been involved in something, and didn't report, didn't testify on what another cop did, like a real bad cop, like a cop that did something that was against the law or against the rules or whatever the case is. Once you see it and you don't report it, you just a part of the system.
So what's the time limit on that?
Whenever you see it.
Like, if I started 6 months ago, am I still a good cop now?
Whenever you see it. In my opinion, whenever you see it.
So there are good cops. It's just a matter of time before
they see
something.
That's what I said. I said before that when they first get in there, maybe. But once you see something, it's over with. Once you see something and you don't do nothing,
but
you're a part of the problem.
That's also cops that they don't do shit in front of because they know better.
I get you.
But them cops end up like that's the ones get put on desk duty. Yeah. So I'm still a cop, but I ain't really.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm in here.
I'm in here.
Those are the only ones
they keep me inside.
But if you done seen something, that's part of the same thing, bro.
I like to see them this rain. I like seeing them cops that are like the ones that are squabble with somebody. Like, I'm gonna take off this badge.
Yeah, that's the ones I like to say. I appreciate.
And we can get down. Don't even worry about all this.
No, I appreciate.
Get it off, bro.
I appreciate those. Even though it ain't right, I appreciate it.
So, yeah, I mean, it ain't.
Yeah, it ain't.
I mean, on different levels.
Yeah, it's on different. It's like I'm one. I'm trying to become one with the community. You know that. Speaking of community, crazy thing about the black community.
Yeah,
this is what we want. We want people that look like us patrolling our neighborhoods. That's what we want. We want the people that look like us.
Supposed to be the ideal situation.
Supposed to be an ideal situation, and here y'all are doing this.
Monkeys.
Straight up. Wild dogs, in my opinion. that just need to be put down.
You supposed to be the best of us.
And this is what y'all did. Because most of them, like when you see everybody come to that situation, when they call the other units, it's mostly black. You see, I'm like, yo, that's...
If anybody's supposed to look out for us, it's supposed to be us. So what are we doing? And that's why, like, I know, you see the Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity's trying to use this as, you see, it's not a race thing, you know what I'm saying?
It is a race thing.
It's like, a race thing. I don't
even understand how you take
it's
away
a
that.
power thing. You know, Sean Hannity, more white people die of police deaths than anybody. First of all, you got to consider the ratio, versus white versus black population, how many people dying versus white people based on population. But also you got to consider the manner in which they die. And also you got to consider the repercussions of what happens when they die.
Ooh, I like
but they not putting all that. Because you know what I'm saying? I remember a while back, the black cop got fired for like breaking the hand of somebody with the nightstick. You remember that? Mm-mm. I think that was around the same time like the George Floyd stuff was happening. Mm-hmm. Black dude doing his job, white person was like in the wrong. He like hit a hand, broke his hand. He got fired for that. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even when we do our job, we still get like unharshly unharshly, is that a word? No, it's not. We still get punished worse than like other cop or whatever. But oftentimes you see white people that come up with complaints about the police or whatever, or something that happened to them. What happened? Mm-hmm. They get heard and something happens.
Unless they're poor.
Unless they're poor and it's not in the the officer's interest.
Yeah. You also got to remember that part. That's a big part of that because it's not just race all the time. It's also the tax bracket.
Right.
How much are these people contributing to the city or the community and who knows who?
Because depending on the area, it ain't gonna be a good day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it all depends. None of that shit should matter.
Right.
But it does. Yeah. It equates to what a person does and how that person does that. And how those officers respond to different people. Yeah. So it's like that's the problem, bro. It's not that's not the only problem. And of course it's a race thing. Because when you look at like the poorest people and those certain type of neighborhoods and what neighborhoods get policed the most, you look at the percentage where 17% of the time police escalate the situation with black and brown people, or when you look at the statistics of, you know what I'm saying, people who get pulled over, black and brown people get pulled over 2.5 times more than a white counterpart, even though they do drugs and other things at the same rate. Or when you look at just the system, them just getting arrested and going to get sentenced, they get more time doing the same thing as they white counterpart.
So and the thing you have to honestly ask yourself is why?
Yeah,
that's the problem. Is why?
What makes this?
Do you think we inherently because that's do you think we inherently are just bad people? Mm-hmm. Do you think, you know what I'm saying, like you saying we do the same things at the same rate? But for some reason,
this is a factual thing.
We are policed more harshly.
This is a factual thing, and it's less of us. It's less black and brown people than they are white people, and we do the same. Matter of fact, white people do more crime statistically than blacks, but yet we get more time. We in jail There's more of us in jail. We get stopped more. We get harassed more.
And by rate, and by the admittance of all these police stations that give the information freely, their own statistics, and their own account of things that happen, they be like, yeah, we'll go to the black neighborhood.
Of course, if I need to make a quota,
I'm gonna go to the minority neighborhoods because I know they ain't gonna fight back.
I watched this like councils, like the CNN of these black officers. They was like, yeah, we go to these neighborhoods, we'll mess with the gays or the blacks or some of these people because I know they don't have the money to fight it. They're gonna get a appointed lawyer that's not gonna really want to do their case. It's easier for us to get away with it because we're gonna know those people. On these, instead we go uptown where people may know people at, or they have the money or the resources to fight back. Yeah, and we may lose that. We go to where our percentages of winning are higher.
And there's no coincidence.
I was like, come on.
It's like, but it's like, and you can't. And you know, people use it like you were saying. That's evidence that, you know, it's about class and not much. But you can't separate race and class in America.
And two things can be true at once, bro.
It can be both. You have to calculate how much each one is affecting.
Well, if it is about class, why is the black people so far down? Is it because of racism they have them down here? So it is about race, ultimately.
Yeah.
Because of the opportunities that we don't have is okay. Cool. That's what I was trying to make sure.
Just say what it is, bro. Just be honest, man. Like,
just be honest, dog. That's the problem, bro. That's why I'm at with that.
People don't want to be honest, man. And it's like, what's gonna happen because of this situation? What's really gonna change?
Nothing, bro. Nothing. They gonna go to jail maybe, and they were like, well, look, we did our job as a community, as a society. We did our job because they did something wrong and we locked them up.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen though.
Yeah,
I don't want things like that to happen anymore.
But when another pack of wild dogs that may not be, you know what I'm saying, they fur may not be as the same color as these particular dogs, what's gonna happen then?
These albino dogs.
These albino, you know what I'm saying, lack of melon dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they do something, what's gonna happen then?
That's the real test.
That's the real test.
That's the real test. And I think if you look at every situation, it's probably like a situation like this with white officers. They probably got handled. And they probably never let that break major news. And they won't.
Bro, a lot of times when I see stuff, like when I be looking on the news, bro, I see stuff and I'll be like, they'll be like, well, we released a video a year later. A year later? I'll be like, what happened? Like, hold on, what happened here? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? I'll be watching like videos like, this is a year later. Somebody died or this person did something completely wrong. What makes this? It's because of how much news is being covered, how much pressure they putting on them. But I don't blame the news all the time because it's like, it's so many incidents. When do you choose to put the pressure on what?
Yeah.
At what point do we say, okay, we will put pressure here? Like if there's 100 stories, like where do we apply the pressure?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to wait till Facebook, the social media points it out for us. And then we're going to say, okay, we're going to attach ourselves to this. Because this is where we're going to have the most news. There's like a kid who got shot by like some white guy and he's out on bail walking around because he claims self-defense. Nobody's really talking about that. And it happened twice with him, and then something else happened in another state. Damn near the same thing. I think that kid was like 13 though.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, vaguely. I vaguely remember that because people stopped talking about it.
A lot of nonsense out here, man. A lot of things that are avoidable. Like you were saying earlier, the dude was named Cornelius. They would have just did their job and actually like
Cornell Kennedy, I think his name is.
Tried to reprimand these people and check them and let them know. Could have saved the man's life. And saved themselves the trouble of having to deal with all this media shitstorm. If everybody would just did their job.
I'm tired of like whenever the department gets sued, man, they take the money out of they take the money out of the state, right?
They need to take it out themselves.
Take it out of the police department.
Yeah, that's y'all money that y'all
got enough to buy all these Black History cars and like this Black History Month cars and trying to, you know, this vehicle was bought with drug money from people we arrested. Yeah, take that money.
Take that money then.
Yeah, we need that from you.
Take them pensions.
Touch them pensions.
All you got to do is de-escalate the situation and go home.
Two things I think that should happen. Black people should get life insurance for sure. More people should get life insurance, period. They'll put pressure on banks and people that's losing money from police doing the bullshit that they do. Two, that money should come out of those the police pockets, whether it be through the department or through the individual. They would take a percentage out of the police department, take the percentage out of the state, and then take a percentage out of the pension.
With every infraction, you lose a certain percentage of your paycheck.
And I don't want
you can't run from it. You can't get another job.
That's the fact. There's no qualified take it out. There's no your union can't save you.
Depending on the infraction, like if you did something like this, every job you go until you pay that amount back, you gotta.
And I don't know why we have problems in this country and how we demonize unions when you can see the best union ever to assemble is the police union. That's what I understand. Like I don't know why when people just be agreeing that we shouldn't have unions because unions does this. Look at the police department. Look how wrong. Look how much wrong they do. How much they get away with.
They make it a good example. If they use an example, well, not for you. I mean, if they want to demonize unions, they would use them as an example of like how they could run amok.
Yeah.
Because they in control and can't nobody check their ass. If you on the right, you say unions are bad, look at this union. But they can't do that because that's the police. So it's like we gonna turn our head and focus on these unions that actually help.
Depending on what side you are, unions are the best example. Unions are the best example no matter what side.
Yeah.
Whether you demonizing them or holding them up. Police union is the best union to use for an example.
I wouldn't touch that one. That wouldn't be on my list of unions.
No, I'm saying like if I'm a regular worker, if I work at Sam's Club, and I seen what the police union does to keep their people employed or how well they protect them, then yes, I'm advocating for a union for at Amazon or anywhere else.
Yeah.
But if I'm against unions, then I would point out unions in the police department saying, look, this is what happens when you in a union because they protect like this bad stuff and people get away with stuff. Depending on what side you are, the police union is a good example on either side.
Yeah.
No, they bad.
Yeah, I need to do an example. I need to look into the police union too.
Oh, but you get into that, but you're gonna be like, oh, you can make it. You should do a video on that.
Yeah.
You can break that down. You can break that down like you can break down qualified immunity. You know what I'm saying? How they still get hired on different areas, even though.
So it's so much reform that need to happen.
That's a fact.
Police union.
But I think a percentage should be taken out of all three: the police department, the pension of the individuals that's involved, and also the state. When it comes down to lawsuits, and I think black people or anybody else that's abused by police, and it's clear. I understand that y'all do take the settlement, but I don't think it should be. I think it should always be open to the public, and I also think you shouldn't settle. You should take it as far as you say you think you need to, especially when their life is gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I won't. I think so. They'll probably settle for something. In this case,
well, undisclosed amount.
Yeah, but they still got to be charged.
Oh,
they can't escape that. Yeah. So I'm not gonna say they're gonna come out ahead because they lost a relative.
Yeah.
So you can't. No amount of money's gonna bring you back, but it's probably gonna cost for what happened.
But it should be a hit to the department.
I
want y'all to be able not to like have like y'all little parties that's in y'all budget.
Yeah, if y'all having Friday pizza party,
I want that gone.
Yeah,
I want that gone.
That's a
them
wrap.
New guns, them P90s, all that. I want that gun.
Now y'all gotta work with regular.
Y'all gotta use with revolvers. Y'all gotta use revolvers. Y'all
gotta use muskets.
You know what I'm saying?
If you wanna make people's lives harder, we should be able to make your job harder.
That's a fact, bro. Cause that would hold accountability for everybody else.
Yeah.
Hey, that would make me tell on somebody if I'm already scared.
I ain't trying to lose my pension.
Hey, bro, what you doing, bro? I just got this.
Yeah.
You see these new outfits, bro? You ain't about to. We got the new vehicle outside, bro.
Bro.
They gave us back the Crown Vics. Yeah. We back in Crown Vics.
We got Teslas out there, bro.
Come on,
what we doing?
Man. What you doing?
We got it made over here.
About to mess up the whole police department. That'll make something shake.
Yeah. Touch their pockets.
Hey, I turn on the air. Nah.
You got people scared to turn on the air.
What? You gotta get a fan or something.
You gotta get a fan, bro. Nah, our AC money out.
Yeah,
so we use all it up. Yeah, that'll shake them up. But then they be like, don't nobody want to be police officers anymore.
Like at one time, when that black woman got in charge, everybody left. I need to do a little bit of research and see how that turned out now.
How that played out?
Yeah. But so what? Like I say, man, there's always kids and people coming out of, like, people need meaningful stuff. And they'll do just like anything else. Like when the restaurant industry was messed up, what they do? They bumped up from 7 to 15.
You give somebody something that's worth losing, they'll protect.
Yeah.
You give somebody, you know what I mean? But if you got these cops that, make most of their money on the side anyway.
40,000.
Yeah, 40,000. And to be honest with you, like, I know cops like behind their jobs is dangerous stuff, but from what I hear,
I don't think it's top 10.
Most of their daily interactions is them in their car or them just being somewhere posted up.
Hold up, man. Top 10 most.
Lumberjack one.
The lumberjack, yeah, it's always double way. Dangerous. I looked it up one time. I was like, how dangerous is these jobs? And it was like.
I think we got 10 seconds left.
All right, man. Welcome to Mind the Gap. We love
love you. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all
Thank you for joining us.
And
we'll see you
later.
later.
See you later. Hey.